Okay, guys, so now that we've got the plans, just need to check a couple of bits and pieces before you move on. You might come across this during the project, but here you can see there is the floors and the walls are intersecting with each other. So the walls are coming up through the floors. Obviously, we don't want that. We want the walls to sit underneath. So just to make sure that does happen, you can fix this. So if you click on the wall and click on attach top and base, and click on the floor, and what it will do is attach it onto the underside of the floor unit. Okay, so if you go through and then fix them, if your walls have done that, as I said, when you create your floor, it should have automatically done that, but in my instance, it's not done that automatically. So, in which case, I need to go back and fix it. Okay. Again, use your 3D sectional tool just to kind of push and pull so you can see different things. These ones are fine. Just my main ones, I think. Yep, it's fine. Okay, some other additional tips that you in when you're creating plans and that. So what I want to do here, this is my first floor plan. I'll just show you my ground floor I showed you before. So I've got classrooms, IT labs, some meeting rooms, some offices. My reception desk is going to be somewhere around there. This is going to be kind of breakout space, kind of lobby area. So my first floor, I'm going to have my library space predominantly, so the whole thing's an open plan library. But I do want to have a series of study rooms at the back here. So what I want to do is create a couple of study rooms, and I'm going to show you some tools to help you when you're drawing. Okay, so I'll go architecture wall, and then pick any of the internal walls. So I'll just go with 75 stud, and then what I want to do is ground first floor to level 3, which is roof level, which is fine. I'm just going to draw some in just now, so I'll put a line probably somewhere around here to start from. I'm going to have a series of study rooms. Let's make sure that finishes up there. Yep. So, as I say, I'm not being too precise. I just want to put some rooms in. Again, because I'm doing individual rooms, individual walls, I might want to put the chain off, which makes it a bit quicker here in this instance. So at least then I can just start and stop rather than having to press escape. And then I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 study rooms there. Obviously they're not equal, so this is a quick uh, tip on how you can make it all equal. So if you go to annotate, if you go to align dimensions, so if I click on, for example, the edge of that wall there, and then I go through all the centers and click on all the central points of all the walls, and then all the way up to the edge of that wall there. So if I click on the tab to get the highlight the blue of the surface of that wall, and bring that up, you should see the little EQ icon at the top with the dash through it. That means they're not equal. But if I click on that, what that's going to do is make all these rooms equal to each other based on those dimensions that I've given. So from here, I mean, I could have been a bit more precise. I could have said from here to the edge and then the edge again. But here to the central point of that is equal, and then the center points after that are all equal as well. So I should get 6 equally sized rooms. Again, you can delete that again if you want. It'll tell you you've obviously taken away the constraint. That's fine, but we've done what we need to do with that. We've set the walls up, which is fine for me. So that's another little tip of how you can model quickly when you're trying to be equal widths apart and that. Another thing that is quite useful as well is using the align tool. So if I'm trying to draw some walls, so for example, if I'm trying to draw some walls on this here, I'll try and draw some walls, and then maybe I'll try and draw, instead of trying to be accurate, so you can be accurate by using the endpoints that sometimes it's not possible, and then you just end up drawing it. So another quick way of making sure that that wall there and that surface there is aligned to that surface there is using what's called a line tool. You can find it in Modify, Align, or shortcut is AL on the keyboard, AL. So I want to click on this wall, which is the wall I want to align my wall to. Click on that wall, or that surface of that wall, or the face or the line of that wall. I'll give you a dashed line. And if I click on this wall, which is this surface, it means that I want that line to be in line with that dashed line, which is in line with the wall above. So I click on that dashed line, and that'll move it again. Okay. Again, same here. I want to make this wall here align with that wall. So I'll click on that wall there, and that surface there, and I'll click on that surface there, and that aligns it. So line tool you can use for multiple instances and different types of components as well. So you can use that tool to help you make sure that everything is aligning a lot quicker tomorrow, rather than having to use the arrow keys or trying to be accurate in your first instance. Okay, so I use this quite a lot here to make sure that some lines were lined through, especially around here. That's just another quick tip there. So I'll just delete that. Another thing you can do is obviously we've created walls that have been from floor to floor. You can create walls that are bespoke as well. So if I want to create, for example, a couple of pods in the middle here, like a study pod, I can do. If I go to architecture wall, again, it can be the same kind of construction as or you can create a new one later on. I'm going to show you how to do glass walls, which you can also make them internal glass partitions as well. So I'm going to create that. The first floor is the base constraint, but we can change the top constraint to unconnected, in which case you can create the height of your wall to be a bespoke height. So for example, I might say these are going to be 2100 high, and then I can draw my walls in as I want them. So change should be on there. So I'm going to create this little pod here, and then if I go to my 3D now, there you can see my pod is there. So again, you can put a roof on the pod as well, so you can actually go create a custom roof for your pod and have a roof on it as well. Or if you want to create half height walls, you can do as well. So if you say you want to create a series of half height walls that are 150 high, and then it means you can have these walls that don't go all the way to the ceiling but give you some element of privacy. If you're trying to divide space up, that's another way of doing it. So you can use unconnected walls to help you arrange space and make custom height walls as well.